Hello and welcome back to the DJWW Auto Diagnostics YouTube channel. Today we are back looking at my 2007 335i, and we have got a problem with the rear windscreen wiper. It's gone really tight. It hardly moves, and we need to have a look at it. And as soon as I've looked under this cover here, I can see that the circlip is pretty much been forced off by corrosion. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this in bits and see whether we can hopefully free this up, and with a no parts required fix. That's the ideal. So let's get some tools and let's see how we go. Okay, so this windscreen wiper is on a 13mm. It's a 13mm nut. Let's see if we can get this off and work out why that circuit has been pushed so far out. Let's just zoom you out of it, so hopefully you can see everything. This thing is absolutely loaded to the gunnels with corrosion. We'll see how far we get. Okay, task number one, I guess, try and get this wiper. Oh, that's actually come off without too much of a fight. Now we've got this circlip here, which has unfortunately worked its way off due to the amount of corrosion. So let's go and get something and we can hopefully start cleaning this up. From here, see there's a circlip and there's a washer under there as well. Let's just pop all that to one side for a minute. Okay, so I've cleaned a bit of a crud out of here. It's a 24mm socket, this big nut, so we're going to try and see if we can quickly get this one undone. That's undone without too much of a fight. I'm really hoping that this will all come apart, because previously this has all been repaired. Okay, so I've got the big nut off. Again, a load of corrosion under that. There's a fibre washer under there also. It's my hope now that this will just move, hopefully.
Why is it not moving?
Let's just open it up. I think we might need to need to start attacking from the other side to try and get this free. Okay, so we've got a couple of little plastic trim covers here, which we're just going to prise out with a screwdriver. The good news is, I think this is all going to come apart a lot easier than it did the last time we had problems of this nature. Now, are these 8mm? No, they're not 8mm, those are 10s. So let's just grab a 10mm socket and see if we can hopefully start to get
Pedal. Daddy, I do
this
it.
part. Okay, so we've got one bolt out. Let's see if we can get the other one out and get this plastic cover off in the first instance and see what works. Yeah, it's in behind here. Okay, so we've got a small wiring connector.
Can you film me later?
Yeah, which comes off there. So let's see now if we can. Well, at least get the switch out of the way. I think that's the.
Just look at that boy.
The main thing that we need to do. Okay, so we've got one more 10mm that holds this whole contraption on. Hopefully now we can get this out and see if we can't get this to the bench and hopefully try and unseize it with any luck, because this thing is just complete. You can see that it's completely and totally seized in there. It does not spin. It does not spin at all. So we're going to have a bit of a difficulty, I think, getting this to move. But we're going to try in the bench. So we'll take this to the bench and see how we get on. Okay, so I wasn't actually able to film the extraction of this because working in the garage at home, the washing machine was on spin, and yeah, you know the rest. So underneath here there's a little rubber seal which is still in place. There's also another washer. I have managed to extract this. It was extremely tight in there, but we have managed to get it out. And we can see that the shaft is still in acceptable condition. All it was literally, and when I say I've literally give this a dusting on the wire wheel, that is all it is. Literally a dusting of corrosion on this shaft had completely seized it up. So we can see now that it's free. So what we're going to do is going to put a little bit of grease on this, silicone grease on this shaft, and rebuild it, put this back together, and call it good. And no parts required fix. Okay, so let's get cracking with this rebuild job one. Get some silicone spray. On this shaft. Just give it a quick smear just to help things on its way. We've got a little washer that lives under there. Push that all the way down. And then we're going to push this back into this housing. I can see in there's a little brass bushing in there, which I can see is still in good condition, so nothing to be done with that bar a clean up, and we can see now that that's running exactly as it should. Okay, so next we have a little rubber seal. Now this, for obvious reasons, quite important, because this, I imagine, is designed to stop water getting in. Okay, so rubber seal on. Next, got a little another washer. It goes on there, and then we've got this circlip, which was almost lost to the road. It was almost completely off. So we're just gonna make sure that that is nicely seated in there. It's amazing, really, that wasn't lost. Okay, so circuit's back on. We're good, ready to reinstall this back on the car. Okay, let's go with this rebuild. So first thing needs to go in is this is the button to open the hatch. So if we just pop that in first, get that roughly lined up. I think there's about right. And then we can just see at the back here there's a little indentation here. This is where the power cable for the button needs to run. So effectively, when this is up there, the cable needs to come out the back, pretty much like it is at the moment. So what we're going to do is just pop that in there, hold that in place, and grab one of the nuts. We'll come back in just a moment and then pop that on there like that. Let's quickly test it. Yeah, that's on and it's working. So what we're effectively going to do here is just tuck that cable under there like that, so that it doesn't in any way come into conflict with any of the fittings. Let's just grab any 8mm those, no, 10. Got the 8mm socket out for some reason this morning, and every time I've gone to use it, it's been the wrong fitting, so let's just quickly net that up. We might as well finish this on the side whilst we're here. So let's just tuck that in under there, that, and then we'll grab without trapping it, and we've got two more 10mm here. Needs a recess toe, awkward to get started. There's one. And here's the other. I'm quite pleased with this job actually, because I was expecting this, based on previous experience where I've had to literally cut these things out, this to be really difficult, but it wasn't. It turns out it was just literally a dusting of corrosion, and I mean only a dusting of corrosion, and it was absolutely, the wiper was absolutely seized solid. It was sticking halfway up the screen. I thought at one point it was going to blow the fuse on the motor, so obviously it couldn't be left, and yeah. Anyhow, right, two trim covers. There's one. And there's the second one. It's free as a bird, just how we like it. Right. Now, for the next bit, we've got a fibre washer here that sits against the windscreen, and then we've got this big 24mm nut. So we just need to carefully get this started, make sure it doesn't cross thread or anything silly like that. So I know I've got a huge tool out to do this, but this requires Absolutely no torque at all. This is literally just a case of snug it up. And we're good. You can see from the windscreen here as well where the wiper, that's when I first knew there was a problem, that the wiper's been parking up here. It has, and obviously that in itself isn't right. So just check we've got power okay on that. That's this car, by the way, is going to have a proper wash today. It's my only excuse is this is a working car. You know, it's not here for show. You know, we have loads of jobs to do. Hence, it gets dirty. Unfortunately, that is part of the course. You know, we're already up to 500 miles this week, so schoolboy error, Raggy. Try that again. With the arm in the right place. Couldn't have been more out of adjustment, could it? Right. Let's put that all the way around here, like it needs to be. Right, let's try again. Better, that's an even sweep. Okay, now we've checked that that's working. Let's close the lid. Engage that. Tighten that up. This can sometimes be a bit fiddly to get on as well. There we go. Right, I'll grab the keys, test. Okay, let's go and give it a go. Okay, so we're ready to wrap this one up. An easy job in the end. I was dreading that one, to be honest, but in the end it turned out not to be too bad. So got that wiper working. If anybody requires any sort of similar service to that, visit our website www.djwwautodiagnostics.co.uk, where you'll find lots of tools and services available that hopefully will be able to help you out. So all that's left for me to say is like, comment, share, subscribe, etc. No doubt somebody's going to comment on the horrendous state of the back of this car, and then we'll and then we'll take things from there. So take care, and see you in the next one.